Have you ever noticed how some people seem genuinely happy, even when their life isn't perfect?
Yeah, and honestly, that confuses me because I always think, wait, what are they doing differently?
Exactly. And here's the surprising truth. You might be closer to that kind of happiness than you think, not because of big success, not because of money, not even because of perfect relationships, but because of something much simpler.
Wait, really? Because most people believe happiness comes after something big happens, like I'll be happy when I get a better job, or I'll be happy when I travel.
That's the biggest myth. Happiness doesn't come after life changes. It comes from how you talk about your life every single day.
Wow, so you're saying the way we speak, like our everyday English, can actually change how we feel?
Exactly. And today, you're going to learn how to talk about what makes you happy in English in a way that not only improves your fluency, but also changes your mindset.
Okay, I love this already, because sometimes I feel like I don't even know how to express happiness properly in English. I just say, I'm happy, again and again.
And that's completely normal. But imagine this. What if you could describe your happiness in a way that makes people feel it?
That sounds powerful.
It is. And here's something for you watching right now. When was the last time you truly talked about what makes you happy in English?
Oh, that's a good question. Like really talked about it, not just one word.
Exactly. Because today, by the end of this conversation, you won't just learn English. You'll learn how to express your happiness in a way that feels real, natural, and confident.
And guys, if you're already thinking about something that makes you happy, pause for a second and comment below. Seriously, what is one thing that instantly lifts your mood?
That's important. Because when you start using English to talk about real emotions, your brain connects the language with your life.
Which makes learning faster, right?
Much faster. That's how real fluency works.
Okay, now I'm curious, what's the first step? Because I feel like there's a lot more to this than just vocabulary.
There is. And here's where it gets interesting. Most learners make a small mistake that actually blocks them from sounding natural when they talk about happiness.
Wait, what mistake?
They focus on big happiness and ignore the small moments.
Oh, like thinking happiness has to be something huge?
Exactly. But the truth is, the most natural English conversations about happiness are built on simple, everyday experiences.
That makes sense, like enjoying tea, talking to a friend, or even just relaxing.
Yes, and in the next part, I'm going to show you how native speakers actually talk about those small moments in a way that sounds effortless.
Okay, now I'm excited, because I feel like this is where real conversation begins.
It does. And trust me, you're going to start hearing English differently after this.
And guys, if you're enjoying this so far, don't forget to like and subscribe to Talk Easy Daily, because we're about to go much deeper into this.
And the next part might completely change how you think about happiness and English.
Now I really want to know what's coming next.
Let's dive into it. So let me ask you something, Emma. Imagine two people having the exact same day. Same weather, same job, same problems. Why does one person feel miserable while the other feels peaceful?
Mindset?
Exactly. But here's the deeper point. The words they use inside their mind are completely different.
Wow, so happiness is connected to language more than people realize.
Much more. In fact, many English learners accidentally train themselves to sound negative all the time, without noticing it.
Wait, really?
Yes. Think about how often learners say things like, I'm tired, my English is bad, my life is stressful, I'm always busy.
Oh no, I say those all the time.
Most people do. And there's nothing wrong with being honest, but if your English conversations are always focused on problems, you never practice the language of joy.
The language of joy. That sounds beautiful.
Because happiness has its own vocabulary, rhythm, and energy.
Okay, now I want examples immediately.
Let's start simple. Instead of only saying, I'm happy, you can say, I feel really peaceful today. That made my day. I've been in such a good mood lately. Honestly, that little moment made me smile.
Ooh, those sound so natural.
Exactly. Native speakers often describe happiness indirectly.
What do you mean by indirectly?
They don't always announce happiness directly. Instead, they describe the feeling or the moment.
Ah, like saying, I slept with the window open and listened to the rain all night. It felt amazing.
Perfect example.
That actually feels more emotional than just saying, I'm happy.
Because storytelling creates connection.
You know what's funny? Sometimes when I learn English, I focus so much on grammar that I forget language is supposed to express life.
And that realization changes everything.
Honestly, I think a lot of viewers probably feel the same way.
Absolutely. And if you're watching right now, here's something important. Fluency grows faster when you talk about experiences that matter to you emotionally.
Because your brain remembers emotions better.
Exactly. Let me give you a small example. Imagine someone asks, what makes you happy? A basic answer is,
Food makes me happy.
Simple, but kind of flat.
Right. But listen to this. One thing that really makes me happy is eating street food late at night with friends. There's just something relaxing about laughing together after a long day.
Wow, that paints a picture.
And now the conversation becomes real.
I think that's what people want when they speak English. Not perfect grammar, real connection.
Exactly. And here's the crazy part. Sometimes simple English with emotion sounds more advanced than complicated English without emotion.
That is so true.
Let's practice together. Emma, what's a small thing that genuinely makes you happy?
Honestly, fresh coffee in the morning before everyone wakes up.
That's good. Now expand it emotionally.
Okay, let me try. One thing that makes me really happy is drinking coffee early in the morning when everything is quiet. It gives me a peaceful start before the day becomes busy.
That sounded natural and warm.
Really?
Absolutely. And notice something important. You didn't use difficult vocabulary.
True, but it still sounded expressive.
Because emotional clarity matters more than complicated words.
Guys, this is such a big lesson. Stop trying to sound perfect all the time.
Yes, speak in a way that feels human.
You know what's interesting? I think many people are scared to talk about happiness because they think their life is too ordinary.
That's a very deep point.
Like they think happiness has to be dramatic.
But ordinary happiness is actually the most relatable kind.
Wow.
Think about the conversations people remember most. Usually it's not someone saying, "I became a millionaire."
It's more like, my grandmother used to make tea for me every evening.
Exactly. Tiny moments, real emotions.
This reminds me of something that happened last week.
Tell me.
I was walking home after a stressful day, and suddenly I heard children laughing nearby, and for some reason, I instantly felt lighter.
That's a beautiful example.
And honestly, before today, I never thought about describing moments like that in English.
But those moments are gold for language learning.
Because they're personal.
Yes, personal language becomes permanent language.
Wait, that's actually powerful.
Think about it this way. If you memorize random textbook sentences, your brain forgets them quickly.
But if the sentence connects to your real life?
Your brain keeps it.
Wow.
So instead of practicing boring sentences like, "The cat is on the table,"
Please no.
practice meaningful ones. I love sitting alone on the balcony at night. My happiest moments are usually the quiet ones. I feel relaxed when I listen to music while cooking.
Those sound like real conversations.
Because they are.
Okay, can we talk about another mistake learners make?
Definitely. Here's a huge one. People think happiness vocabulary only means positive words.
Wait, isn't it?
Not completely. Real happiness conversations often include contrast.
Contrast?
Yes, native speakers often compare stress and peace together.
Oh, like saying, life has been exhausting lately, so having one quiet evening felt amazing.
Exactly. That contrast makes emotion stronger.
That actually sounds much more natural than fake positivity.
Because authenticity matters.
I think viewers really need to hear that. You don't have to pretend your life is perfect to sound positive in English.
In fact, balanced emotions make you sound more fluent and mature.
Wow, that's such a different way to think about conversation.
Here's another natural phrase. I've learned to appreciate the little things.
Oh, I love that one.
Native speakers use expressions like this constantly because happiness is often connected to appreciation.
So instead of chasing huge moments, they talk about daily experiences.
Exactly. Let's try another mini conversation.
Okay.
I ask, what's been making you happy recently?
Honestly, I've been trying to spend less time on my phone, and it's helped me enjoy small moments more.
Excellent. Very natural.
Wait, that actually sounded like a podcast conversation.
Because you included reflection.
Reflection?
Thoughts, realizations, feelings. That's what makes conversations interesting.
You know what's funny? I used to think fluency meant speaking fast.
Most learners think that.
But now I realize fluency is more about expressing yourself clearly and emotionally.
Exactly. Slow, meaningful English is far more powerful than fast, empty English.
Guys, if you've ever felt nervous speaking English, comment below with the thing that makes you happiest in daily life. Seriously, practice expressing real emotions.
And don't overthink grammar while commenting. Focus on connection first.
That advice alone probably helps so many people.
Here's a surprising truth. When people talk about happy memories, their pronunciation often improves naturally.
Wait, really?
Yes, because relaxed emotions reduce tension in the body.
Wow, so happiness can literally improve your speaking?
It can. Stress makes speech tight. Comfort makes speech flow.
That explains why I sound better when I'm talking about something I love.
Exactly.
Okay, now I'm curious about something else. What if someone says, I don't know what makes me happy anymore?
That's a very real feeling. And honestly, many people secretly feel that way.
Especially adults, I think.
Yes, life becomes busy. Responsibilities grow. People stop noticing joyful moments.
So how can English practice help with that?
By forcing you to observe your life more carefully.
Explain that.
If I ask you every day, what made you smile today?
My brain starts searching for positive moments.
Exactly. Language changes attention.
Wow, that's deeper than I expected.
And this is why conversational English can become something emotional, not just educational.
I think that's why people love podcasts like this.
Because it feels human.
And speaking of that, If Talk Easy Daily has ever helped you feel more confident or relaxed while learning English, make sure you subscribe and share this with someone who needs encouragement today.
Because the next part is something many learners struggle with.
Ooh, what is it?
How to sound emotionally natural instead of sounding like a textbook.
Okay, I need that lesson.
And trust me, once you understand this, your English conversations will feel completely different. Okay, Emma, let's talk about one of the biggest differences between textbook English and real English.
Ooh, this should be interesting.
Textbook English teaches correct sentences.
Which sounds good in theory.
It is good, but real conversations are emotional, imperfect, and alive.
That's so true. Sometimes I understand grammar perfectly, but when real people speak, I feel lost.
Because native conversations are full of feelings, reactions, pauses, and personal stories.
Not robotic sentences.
Exactly. Let me show you something. Imagine someone asks, "How was your weekend?" A textbook answer might be, "My weekend was enjoyable. I spent time with my family."
Grammatically correct, but emotionally empty.
Right. Now listen to this. "Honestly, it was exactly what I needed. I stayed home, ate good food, and spent time with my family. It felt really comforting."
Wow, that sounds real immediately.
Because it includes emotion and reflection.
Reflection again.
Reflection is one of the secrets to sounding natural in English.
Okay, explain that more deeply.
Most learners only describe actions. I went, I ate, I watched.
Basic information.
But natural speakers also describe how the experience felt. It made me realize something. I forgot how relaxing that could be. It reminded me of my childhood.
Oh, that changes everything.
Exactly. Real conversations are not just about events. They're about meaning.
That's probably why some people sound fluent even with simple vocabulary.
Yes, emotional storytelling creates fluency.
You know what? I suddenly understand why podcasts are such a powerful way to learn English.
Why?
Because podcasts teach emotional rhythm, not just words.
Beautifully said.
Thanks.
Let's practice something important. I'll give a simple sentence, and together we'll make it sound natural.
Okay, let's do it.
Basic sentence. I like listening to music.
Very normal.
Now let's make it human.
Listening to music helps me calm down after a stressful day.
Better already.
Maybe there are nights when I just sit alone with headphones and forget about everything for a while.
That's excellent.
Really?
Absolutely. Because now the listener can imagine the moment.
I think viewers need to hear this clearly. Don't just share information, share feelings.
Exactly.
This honestly makes English feel less scary.
Because you stop performing and start communicating.
Wow.
Here's another interesting thing. Native speakers often use soft emotional phrases instead of dramatic words.
What do you mean?
Instead of saying, "I am extremely happy," they often say, "That felt nice. That was really comforting. I needed that. That honestly made my week."
Oh wow, those sound so natural.
And very common in everyday conversation.
I think learners expect happiness vocabulary to sound huge and exciting all the time.
But real happiness is usually soft.
That sentence alone feels powerful.
Think about your favorite memory. It's probably not non-stop excitement.
True, some of my happiest memories are actually very quiet.
Exactly.
Like sitting with family during a power outage and talking for hours.
That's beautiful.
And weirdly specific.
Specific details make stories memorable.
Another secret.
Yes. Compare these two sentences. I had a good day. Or, I had tea with my grandmother while it rained outside, and somehow the whole day felt peaceful.
The second one feels like a movie scene.
Because details create emotional connection.
Guys, this is seriously one of the best speaking tips ever. Stop trying to sound advanced. Start trying to sound real.
Exactly. And here's something fascinating. When people stop trying too hard, their English often improves faster.
Why does that happen?
Because anxiety decreases.
Oh,
Many learners speak like they're taking an exam every second.
that is painfully accurate.
But real conversation is flexible. It breathes.
It breathes. I like that.
For example, native speakers pause naturally. You know, honestly, I don't know why, but there's just something about it.
Those phrases make conversations sound relaxed.
Exactly. They give your thoughts time to feel natural.
I used to think pauses meant bad English.
Not at all. Even fluent native speakers pause constantly.
That actually makes me feel better.
And viewers listening right now should remember this. Fluency is not perfection. Fluency is comfort.
Wow.
If you feel relaxed, your words flow more naturally.
Okay, can we talk about something emotional for a second?
Of course,
I think a lot of people secretly feel guilty when they're happy.
that's a very real emotion.
especially adults. Like if they relax too much, they feel lazy.
Yes, many people believe happiness must be earned through suffering.
That sounds sad when you say it out loud.
It is. But language can slowly change that mindset
How?
by normalizing appreciation.
Explain.
If you regularly say things like, "I'm grateful for quiet mornings. I've been enjoying simple things lately. I'm trying to slow down more," your brain starts accepting peace as something valuable.
Wow, English practice becomes almost therapeutic.
In many ways, yes.
You know what makes me happy lately?
What?
Turning my phone off for an hour.
That's becoming rare nowadays.
Seriously, at first it felt uncomfortable, but then I noticed something strange.
What happened?
My mind became quieter. I started noticing little things around me.
Like what?
Birds outside, the wind, even the smell of food cooking nearby.
That's a beautiful example of mindfulness.
And honestly, I think many viewers probably miss those moments too.
Absolutely. Modern life trains people to chase stimulation nonstop.
Which is exhausting.
Exactly. And here's a natural phrase native speakers use. I've been trying to slow down lately.
That sounds so calm.
It's common because many adults are overwhelmed.
I feel like this topic connects emotionally with so many people.
Because happiness today often means peace, not excitement.
Wait, that's so true.
When people are younger, happiness might mean adventure.
Parties, travel, excitement.
But later, happiness becomes a quiet evening, a good conversation, enough sleep.
Honestly, enough sleep sounds amazing.
Exactly.
Guys, comment below. What feels like happiness to you right now? Not 5 years ago, right now.
That's an important difference.
Because happiness changes over time.
And your English should grow with your real experiences.
You know what's interesting? I think many learners are scared to talk deeply because they don't know enough vocabulary.
But depth doesn't require difficult words.
That's becoming clearer and clearer.
Listen to this sentence. I miss how simple life felt back then.
Simple words, strong emotion.
Exactly.
Wow.
Here's another. I didn't realize how much I needed that conversation.
That sounds incredibly natural.
And emotionally mature.
I think emotional maturity is something learners rarely study.
True. Most courses teach grammar structures, but not emotional communication.
Which is ironic, because emotions are the reason humans speak in the first place.
Very true.
Can we do a mini role play?
Absolutely.
Okay, ask me, what's something small that always makes you happy?
All right. Emma, what's something small that always makes you happy?
Honestly, hearing someone laugh naturally, especially when it's the kind of laugh they can't control.
That's such a warm answer.
Because it feels genuine.
Excellent. You added emotion and explanation.
I'm starting to understand this now.
Good. Now I'll answer too. One small thing that makes me happy is walking outside early in the morning before the streets become noisy. It helps me think clearly.
That sounds peaceful.
And notice something important. These answers invite conversation.
Oh, because people can respond emotionally.
Exactly. Real conversation creates openings, not endings.
That's huge.
Compare. I like mornings. Versus, there's something calming about mornings before everyone wakes up.
The second one makes people want to continue talking.
And that's the secret to becoming a great conversationalist in English.
Not just speaking, connecting.
Exactly.
You know, I think a lot of viewers probably struggle with confidence because they compare themselves to fluent speakers online.
That comparison is dangerous.
Especially when someone speaks super fast.
Fast doesn't always mean meaningful.
Wow.
Some of the most memorable speakers talk slowly and thoughtfully.
That actually reminds me of something.
What?
I once met someone whose English wasn't perfect at all, but the way he talked about his family and dreams felt so sincere that everyone listened carefully.
That's the power of authenticity.
And honestly, I still remember him years later.
Because people remember feelings more than grammar mistakes.
That sentence deserves to be repeated.
People remember feelings more than grammar mistakes.
Guys, seriously, if you needed to hear that today, subscribe to Talk Easy Daily, because I think so many learners are too hard on themselves.
And in the next part, we're going even deeper.
Deeper than this?
Much deeper.
Okay, now I'm curious again.
We're going to talk about hidden happiness, the kind people don't notice until it disappears.
Wow, that already sounds emotional.
Trust me, the next conversation might completely change how you describe your life in English. You know something strange, Emma?
What?
Sometimes people only realize what made them happy after it's gone.
Wow, that's immediately emotional.
Because hidden happiness often looks ordinary while we're living it.
That's true. At the time, it just feels normal.
Exactly, and years later you suddenly miss it.
Like childhood.
Yes, or family dinners, old friends, long conversations at night, free time, even silence.
That's such a weird feeling, honestly. Missing something you didn't even appreciate properly at the time.
Native speakers talk about this emotion a lot, especially with phrases like, I didn't realize how special it was back then. I took those moments for granted. I miss the simplicity of those days.
Those sentences feel so real.
Because they come from reflection and memory.
You know, I think one of the saddest things about growing up is realizing some moments will never happen again.
That's a very human feeling.
Like being in school with your friends every day. At the time, you think life is boring.
And later you realize those were some of the happiest years.
Exactly.
This is why emotional English matters. It allows you to talk about memories in a meaningful way.
And honestly, memories are what people love discussing most.
Because memories create connection instantly.
You know what phrase I hear native speakers use a lot?
Which one?
I miss those days.
Very common, simple, but emotional.
And people usually continue with a story after that.
Exactly. For example, I miss those days when my cousins would visit every summer and the house was always loud.
Wow, immediately visual.
Specific memories feel alive.
I'm noticing a pattern here.
What pattern?
The more specific the emotion, the more natural the English sounds.
Exactly right.
So instead of, I was happy, you could say, I used to wait all week for Friday nights because my family would watch movies together.
Perfect.
This honestly feels less like studying English and more like understanding people.
Because language and emotion are deeply connected.
I think many viewers are realizing something important right now.
What's that?
Their English becomes stronger when they stop hiding their personality.
Beautifully said.
Thanks.
Here's another important truth. Happiness is not always loud. Social media often shows happiness as excitement, luxury, travel, success.
Big dramatic moments.
Exactly. But real-life happiness is usually quieter.
Like finally having time to rest.
Yes. Or hearing your favorite song unexpectedly. Or someone remembering a small detail about you. Or eating a meal that reminds you of home.
Wow, those little examples hit emotionally.
Because almost everyone has experienced them.
You know what secretly makes me happy?
What?
When someone says, I thought of you when I saw this.
That's a beautiful one.
It makes you feel remembered.
And that's a powerful emotional phrase. It made me feel seen. It made me feel appreciated. It reminded me that people care.
Those are such useful expressions.
Especially for deeper conversations.
I think learners are often taught functional English.
But not emotional English.
Exactly, like ordering food or booking hotels.
Which is useful.
Of course, but real friendships need emotional language.
Absolutely. Imagine someone asks, what makes you happiest these days? A weak answer. Watching TV.
Very short.
But listen to this. Honestly, after stressful days, I love watching old sitcoms because they help me relax and forget everything for a while.
That sounds so natural.
Because there's emotion, purpose, and detail.
Guys, this is such an important lesson. Don't stop your answers too early.
Yes, expand your thoughts slightly.
Even one extra sentence changes everything.
Exactly.
I used to answer questions like an interview.
Many learners do.
Short, fast, nervous.
But natural conversation flows more slowly and emotionally.
Can I confess something embarrassing?
Of course.
Sometimes when someone asks me a deep question in English, my brain goes blank.
That's very common.
Even if I know the vocabulary.
Because emotional speaking requires comfort, not just knowledge.
So how do people improve that?
By practicing emotional topics regularly.
Topics like happiness, memories, dreams.
Exactly. The more personal the topic, the more natural your speaking becomes over time.
That actually explains why boring practice never worked for me.
Your brain needs emotional engagement.
Wow.
Here's a small challenge for everyone watching. Try keeping a happy moments journal in English.
Ooh, that's good.
Every night, write one small thing that made you smile.
Even tiny things?
Especially tiny things.
Like, the weather felt nice today. My friend sent me a funny message. I finally had time to relax.
Perfect examples.
That sounds simple, but honestly kind of life-changing.
Because over time, your brain starts noticing positivity more naturally.
And your English improves at the same time.
Exactly.
Two benefits at once.
Here's another natural phrase. That moment meant a lot to me.
Oh, I love that one.
Native speakers use it often when talking about emotional memories.
Like, my father taught me how to ride a bike, and that moment meant a lot to me.
Excellent.
Wow, this really does sound more human than textbook English.
Because real language carries emotion underneath the words.
You know something I've noticed?
What?
The older people get, the more they value peace.
Very true.
When I was younger, happiness meant excitement all the time.
And now?
Honestly, balance.
That's a huge realization.
I used to think resting meant wasting time.
Many people believe that.
But now I realize rest actually helps me enjoy life more.
And that realization itself is a beautiful conversation topic in English.
Wait, that's true.
You could say,
I used to think productivity was everything, but lately I've been learning how important rest is.
Wow, that sounds fluent and thoughtful.
Because thoughtful speaking often sounds advanced, even with simple words.
That's probably one of the biggest lessons in this whole episode.
And we're only getting deeper from here.
Seriously?
Because next, we're going to explore something almost everyone struggles with.
What is it?
How to talk about difficult times while still sounding hopeful.
Oh wow, that's important.
And honestly, learning that skill can completely transform your English conversations, and maybe even your mindset. You know, Emma, one of the most powerful conversation skills in English is learning how to talk about difficult times without sounding hopeless.
That's hard, honestly.
Very hard, especially because many people think conversations must be either completely positive or completely negative.
Yeah, like you either say everything is amazing or everything is terrible.
Exactly. But emotionally mature English lives somewhere in the middle.
That already sounds important.
Because real life is complicated.
So, how do native speakers express difficult emotions naturally?
Often through balance. For example, things have been stressful lately, but I'm trying to stay positive.
Oh, yes, that sounds realistic.
Or, it's been a tough year, but I've learned a lot from it.
That feels hopeful without sounding fake.
Exactly. Hopeful language doesn't ignore pain. It moves through it.
Wow.
This is one reason emotional fluency matters so much. It helps you express real experiences honestly.
I think many learners are scared to speak emotionally because they worry about making mistakes.
But emotional honesty often matters more than perfect grammar.
That keeps coming up in this episode.
Because it's true.
You know what phrase I hear a lot in deep conversations?
Which one?
I'm still figuring things out.
Very natural.
And strangely comforting.
Because it sounds human. Most adults are still figuring life out.
Honestly, hearing that makes me relax a little.
Good. Here's another beautiful phrase. I'm trying to take things one day at a time.
Wow, that feels peaceful.
Native speakers use this expression when life feels overwhelming.
And it sounds emotionally calm instead of dramatic.
Exactly.
I think social media has made people afraid of admitting struggle.
Very true.
Everyone feels pressure to look successful and happy all the time.
But in real conversations, vulnerability creates trust.
Vulnerability.
Being honest about your feelings without losing hope.
That's powerful.
Listen to this example. I've been feeling a little lost lately, but I'm slowly getting back on track.
That sounds incredibly natural.
Because it contains both honesty and movement.
Ah, movement. That's important.
Exactly. Hopeful language usually includes progress words. Slowly. Trying. Learning. Improving. Working on it.
Oh wow, I never noticed that.
These words create emotional balance.
So instead of saying, my life is a mess, you could say, things have been difficult lately, but I'm working through it.
Perfect.
That sounds so much healthier emotionally.
And much more conversationally natural.
You know what's interesting? Sometimes people become closer through difficult conversations than happy ones.
Absolutely. Shared struggles create deep connection.
That's probably why late-night conversations feel so emotional.
Very true.
There's something about honesty at night.
Native speakers even joke about that.
Really?
Yes, people often say things like, late-night conversations hit differently.
That's such a modern phrase.
And very natural.
Okay, I want to practice something deeper.
Go ahead.
Lately, I've been trying to spend more time with people who make me feel calm instead of stressed.
That sounded extremely natural.
Really?
Yes, because it reflects emotional growth.
Emotional growth. I like that phrase.
Native conversations often include personal growth without directly announcing it.
Wait, what do you mean?
Instead of saying, I have become emotionally mature,
Which sounds robotic.
people say, I've started protecting my peace more. I'm learning not to overthink everything. I care less about impressing people now.
Wow, those sound real.
Exactly. They sound lived in.
Lived in. That's such a good description.
Real conversation feels connected to actual life experience.
You know what makes me happy nowadays?
What?
Feeling emotionally safe around people.
That's a very mature answer.
When I was younger, I cared more about exciting people,
And now?
peaceful people.
That shift happens to many adults,
Honestly, I think viewers in their 20s and 30s probably understand this deeply.
especially after stressful experiences.
Exactly.
Here's a very natural sentence. I've become more protective of my energy,
Oh, yes, people say that all the time now.
especially when talking about mental health and relationships.
And honestly, I understand why.
Modern life can be emotionally exhausting.
Constant notifications, constant pressure, constant comparison.
Exactly.
You know what's funny?
What?
Sometimes the happiest moments happen when nothing special is happening.
That's actually one of the biggest lessons people learn later in life.
Like sitting quietly with someone you love.
Or laughing during an ordinary conversation.
Or eating food when you're really hungry.
That one feels extra real.
Seriously though, simple moments hit differently when life gets busy.
Very true.
I think many people are secretly tired all the time.
Honestly? Yes.
And not just physically tired.
Emotionally tired.
Exactly.
Native speakers often say, I'm mentally drained. I've had a lot on my mind lately. I didn't realize how burned out I was.
Those expressions are so useful.
Especially because modern conversations include emotional awareness more than before.
That's true. People talk about mental health much more openly now.
And learning this vocabulary helps you connect naturally in English-speaking environments.
Because emotional language is part of real life.
Exactly.
You know something I've realized recently?
What?
Happiness becomes easier when you stop trying to impress everyone.
That's a huge realization.
I used to overthink everything. What should I wear? What should I post? What will people think?
Many people live that way.
But honestly, it's exhausting.
Here's a natural phrase for that. I got tired of pretending.
Wow, short but emotional.
Very emotional.
And native speakers often say like that, right? Simple but meaningful?
Exactly.
I think that's why some conversations stay in your mind for years.
Because emotional truth is memorable.
Guys, this is your reminder that your English doesn't need to sound perfect to sound powerful.
Beautifully said.
Thanks.
Here's another interesting communication habit. Native speakers often soften painful experiences with gentle wording.
Like what?
Instead of saying, I'm unhappy, they might say, I've been feeling a little off lately.
Oh, yes, I hear that constantly.
Or, I've just been going through a lot recently.
That sounds softer and more natural.
Exactly. Emotional English often uses indirect expressions.
Why do people do that?
Sometimes softer language feels emotionally safer,
That makes sense.
especially in casual conversation.
I think many learners misunderstand fluency because they only study direct translations.
Very true.
But native communication is full of emotion underneath the surface.
Exactly. Tone and feeling matter enormously.
Can we do another mini conversation?
Absolutely.
Okay. Ask me, what's something that makes life feel meaningful to you?
All right.
Emma, what's something that makes life feel meaningful to you? Honestly, deep conversations. The kind where you completely forget about time.
That's a beautiful answer.
Because those moments make me feel connected.
Excellent. Very natural expansion.
Your turn.
One thing that makes life feel meaningful to me is helping people feel understood. Even a small conversation can completely change someone's day.
Wow, that feels very true for this podcast, actually.
And probably for many viewers too.
I think that's why people return to long conversations online now.
Because modern life often feels emotionally rushed.
Yes, everything is fast.
Short videos, fast scrolling, constant distraction.
But deep conversations slow people down.
Exactly.
Honestly, this episode feels almost calming.
That's good.
I think people need calm spaces more than ever.
Absolutely.
You know what phrase I've started using recently?
Which one?
I'm learning to enjoy where I am instead of constantly chasing the next thing.
That sounds incredibly mature and reflective.
And honestly, difficult.
Very difficult.
Because modern culture teaches people that happiness is always somewhere else.
Exactly. When I get this job, when I move there, when I buy that.
But then people arrive and still feel empty sometimes.
Because peace cannot only depend on future achievements.
Wow. Here's a phrase many emotionally mature people eventually say. I just want a simple, peaceful life.
That sentence feels more meaningful the older you get. Very true.
I think younger viewers may understand it intellectually.
But older viewers feel it emotionally.
Exactly.
And here's something beautiful about language learning. As your emotional awareness grows, your English naturally becomes deeper too.
Because your thoughts become deeper.
Exactly.
This episode honestly feels different from normal English lessons.
Because real fluency is deeply connected to human experience.
And maybe that's what people are truly searching for when they learn a language.
Not just vocabulary.
Connection.
Exactly.
Guys, if this conversation has made you think about your own life even a little bit, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Talk Easy Daily.
Because in the next part, we're going to share real stories and moments that changed how people understand happiness.
Oh, stories are my favorite part.
And trust me, some of these stories might remind you of your own life in unexpected ways. You know, Emma, sometimes a single small moment can completely change the way someone sees happiness.
I believe that. And honestly, I think people underestimate how powerful tiny moments can be.
Exactly. Most life-changing moments don't arrive with dramatic music.
They arrive quietly.
Very quietly.
Okay, tell me a story.
All right. A few years ago, I met a man at a small coffee shop. Nothing unusual. He looked tired, stressed, distracted. We started talking casually, and at one point, I asked him a simple question. What's been making you happy lately?
What did he say?
He got completely silent.
Wow.
For several seconds, he just stared at his coffee.
That already feels emotional.
Then he smiled a little and said, "Honestly, I don't think anyone has asked me that in years."
Oh, wow.
And then he said something I'll never forget. "I've been so busy surviving that I forgot happiness was even something to think about."
That hits hard.
It really did.
I think so many adults secretly feel that way.
Absolutely. They become trapped in routines. Work, bills, stress, responsibilities.
Survival mode.
Exactly.
So what happened after that?
We kept talking, and slowly he started mentioning small things.
Like what?
He said, "Well, my daughter hugged me before school this morning, and yesterday I finally had time to sit outside for 10 minutes. And sometimes I listen to old songs while driving home."
Wow. So the happiness was there the whole time.
Yes, he just stopped noticing it.
That's honestly kind of emotional.
Because many people think happiness must be huge to count.
But life is mostly made of small moments.
Exactly.
Guys, I want you to really think about this question right now. Have you been ignoring small happiness because you're waiting for big happiness?
That question alone can change someone's perspective.
Seriously.
Here's another interesting thing. Native speakers often describe happiness through sensory memories.
Sensory?
Smells, sounds, weather, music, food.
Oh, that's true.
For example, the smell of fresh bread reminds me of my grandmother's house.
That instantly creates emotion.
Or, I love hearing rain outside while I'm trying to sleep.
That feels cozy immediately.
Sensory details make English sound alive.
I think learners should practice that more.
Definitely. Instead of only describing actions, describe experiences.
Like, the room felt warm. The air smelled like coffee. The street was quiet.
Perfect.
This is starting to feel like storytelling training.
Because conversation and storytelling are deeply connected.
You know what memory makes me strangely happy?
What?
During exams in school, my friends and I used to study late at night together online. We were stressed, tired, and completely confused half the time. But somehow those nights became some of my favorite memories.
That's a beautiful example of hidden happiness.
At the time, it felt stressful.
But emotionally meaningful.
Exactly.
Native speakers often describe this with phrases like, "I miss that phase of life. We didn't realize how good we had it. Those moments felt ordinary back then."
Wow, there's something bittersweet about those sentences.
Because nostalgia is both happy and sad at the same time.
Nostalgia is such a powerful emotion,
And it appears constantly in real English conversations.
especially when adults talk late at night.
Very true.
You know what's funny?
What?
Sometimes people become happiest after simplifying their lives.
That's not funny. That's actually very wise.
No, seriously. I used to think happiness meant adding more things to life.
More success, more money, more excitement,
Exactly. But now I think happiness sometimes means removing things.
stress, noise, pressure, fake relationships.
Yes.
That realization changes many people as they grow older.
I think modern life overstimulates people constantly.
Absolutely. Which is why simple, peaceful moments feel so valuable now.
Like eating without looking at your phone?
Sadly, that's becoming rare.
Honestly, yes.
Here's a natural phrase. I've been trying to be more present lately.
I hear that expression all the time now.
Because many people feel mentally distracted constantly.
And being present feels almost healing.
Exactly.
Can I share another story?
Please do.
Okay, a few months ago I visited my grandparents. And something really small happened.
What was it?
We were just sitting quietly after dinner. Nobody was talking much. The TV was on softly in the background. My grandmother was peeling fruit slowly.
That already sounds peaceful.
And suddenly I had this strange thought. One day, I'm going to miss this moment.
Wow.
Nothing dramatic was happening, but I felt incredibly emotional.
Because deep down, you recognized the value of the moment while it was happening.
Exactly.
That awareness is rare.
And honestly, kind of painful too.
Sometimes beautiful moments carry sadness because we know they won't last forever.
That's such a human feeling.
Native speakers often express this with phrases like, "I wish I could freeze that moment. I wanted time to slow down. I didn't want the night to end."
Those are beautiful expressions.
And very useful for emotional storytelling.
I think viewers are realizing something important during this episode.
What's that?
English becomes much more meaningful when you connect it to your actual life experiences,
Exactly.
not random grammar exercises.
Real emotions create memorable language.
You know what phrase always touches me emotionally?
Which one?
I didn't know that would be the last time.
That sentence carries enormous emotional weight.
Because everyone has experienced that feeling eventually.
Yes, the last school day, the last conversation, the last family gathering before life changed.
Wow, this got emotional fast.
Real conversations often do.
And honestly, I think emotional conversations are the ones people remember forever.
Absolutely.
You know what makes me happiest lately?
What?
feeling understood without having to explain everything.
That's one of the deepest forms of comfort.
Right?
Native speakers often say, "It's nice being around people who just get you."
Oh, I love that phrase.
Very natural and emotionally warm.
I think many people are lonely even when surrounded by others.
Unfortunately, yes.
Especially nowadays, which is why meaningful conversation matters more than ever. Honestly, I think that's part of why long podcasts became so popular.
Definitely.
People miss depth.
They do.
Everything online feels rushed now.
Short attention spans, quick reactions, surface-level communication.
But deeper conversations make people feel calmer somehow.
Because humans naturally crave emotional connection.
Wow.
Here's another story.
Okay,
I once knew someone who spent years chasing career success nonstop.
let me guess. Working constantly?
Constantly. Long hours, no breaks, always stressed.
That sounds familiar for many people.
One day, after years of this lifestyle, he finally took a vacation with his family.
And?
During the trip, his young son said something simple. "I like when you laugh more."
Oh, wow.
That sentence completely changed him.
Because he realized what really mattered.
Exactly. Sometimes children notice truths adults ignore.
That's honestly heartbreaking and beautiful at the same time.
He later said, "I spent years trying to build a good life, but forgot to actually live it."
That sentence deserves silence for a second.
Because many people relate to it deeply.
I think modern society makes people feel guilty for resting.
Very true.
Like, if you're not productive every second, you're failing somehow.
But eventually, people realize peace is productive too.
Wow.
Rest improves emotional health, relationships, creativity, everything.
You know what I've learned recently?
What?
Happiness feels very different when you stop comparing your life to everyone else's.
That's one of the most important lessons in adulthood.
Comparison destroys peaceful moments.
Absolutely.
You can have a beautiful day, then suddenly feel bad because of social media.
Which is why many people now say, "I'm trying to focus on my own journey,"
That phrase feels emotionally healthy.
because it reflects self-awareness.
I think self-awareness is connected to happiness more than people realize.
Definitely.
Understanding what actually matters to you changes everything.
Exactly. Some people chase goals they don't even truly care about.
Because society told them to.
Yes,
And then one day they ask, wait, what actually makes me happy?
that can be a life-changing question.
Honestly, viewers watching this right now should probably ask themselves that question seriously.
Absolutely.
Not what impresses people, not what looks successful online, but what genuinely brings peace into your life.
Beautifully said.
Thanks.
Here's another important phrase. I'm learning to appreciate where I am.
That feels calm and mature.
Because happiness often begins with appreciation, not achievement.
Wow, that's powerful.
And the interesting thing is, once people become more grateful, their conversations often become warmer too.
That's true.
Gratitude changes tone, energy, and emotional presence.
You know what's strange?
What?
The older I get, the more I realize happiness isn't really about excitement.
Then what is it?
Feeling emotionally safe, feeling peaceful, feeling connected.
I think many viewers just felt that deeply.
Probably.
And in the next part, we're going even deeper into the psychology of happiness, emotional communication, and why some conversations stay in your heart forever.
Okay, now I'm really curious.
Because what we're about to discuss might completely change how you understand both language and relationships. Emma, have you ever had a conversation that stayed in your mind for years?
Oh yes, absolutely.
What made it unforgettable?
Honestly, it wasn't perfect advice or fancy words. It was how the conversation made me feel.
Exactly.
Sometimes one sincere sentence can stay with you forever.
Because humans remember emotional impact more than information.
That explains why some people feel comforting to talk to.
Very true. Emotional presence matters more than people realize.
Emotional presence?
The feeling that someone is truly listening, understanding, and emotionally connected during a conversation.
Wow, that's rare nowadays.
Extremely rare.
Most people are distracted all the time.
Phones, notifications, stress, overthinking.
And honestly, many people listen just to reply, not to understand.
Exactly.
I think everyone watching has experienced both types of conversations.
Definitely.
One conversation leaves you feeling energized and understood,
And another leaves you emotionally tired.
even if nothing bad happened.
Because emotional energy transfers between people.
That's such an interesting idea.
Think about this. Have you ever talked to someone who constantly complains?
Oh yes,
How did you feel afterward?
drained.
Exactly. Now think about someone calm, warm, and grateful.
You usually feel lighter around them.
Because emotions are contagious.
Wow.
Native speakers often describe this with phrases like, "She has a calming presence. He's easy to talk to. I always feel better after talking to them."
Those are such incredibly natural phrases.
And emotionally powerful.
You know what I've noticed?
What?
The happiest people I know usually aren't the richest or most successful.
Interesting.
But they're emotionally balanced. They appreciate things. They laugh easily. They make others feel comfortable.
That's a very important observation.
I think modern culture confuses happiness with status,
Often, yes,
but emotional peace feels more valuable long term.
absolutely.
Honestly, some of the happiest moments in life are almost invisible from the outside,
Beautiful sentence.
like sitting with people you love after a long day.
Or hearing someone say, text me when you get home safely.
Oh, yes, small care means a lot.
Native speakers often say, it's the little things.
Simple phrase, huge meaning.
Exactly, because small acts often create the deepest emotional memories.
You know what moment always makes me emotional?
What?
Seeing tired parents still trying their best for their children.
That touches many people deeply.
Especially when you get older and start understanding sacrifice.
That's emotional maturity, seeing love in ordinary actions.
Wow.
As children, many people don't notice these things.
But later they realize my parents were exhausted and still showed up for me.
Exactly.
That realization can completely change your perspective on happiness.
And gratitude.
Definitely gratitude.
Here's something interesting about emotionally intelligent conversations in English.
Tell me,
Native speakers often express love indirectly through appreciation.
what do you mean?
Instead of dramatic emotional speeches, they might say, I really appreciated that. That meant a lot to me. Thanks for being there.
Ah, subtle but powerful.
Very powerful.
I think learners sometimes expect emotional English to sound dramatic like movies.
But real emotional communication is often soft and simple.
Like, drive safe. Did you eat? Get some rest?
Exactly.
Wow, those tiny sentences carry so much emotion sometimes.
Because care often hides inside ordinary language.
That sentence is beautiful.
Think about someone asking, did you get home okay?
It's such a simple question.
But emotionally it says, I care about your safety.
That's true.
Emotional meaning exists underneath words.
I think understanding that changes how people learn English completely.
It should.
Because language isn't just grammar.
It's human connection.
You know something sad?
What?
I think many people don't feel truly heard anymore.
Unfortunately, I agree.
Conversations became shorter, faster, more distracted.
Which is why deep listeners stand out so much now.
Yes, people remember good listeners forever.
Native speakers often say, she really listens. He makes people feel comfortable opening up.
Those are such valuable qualities.
More valuable than people realize.
Honestly, one emotionally safe friendship can completely change someone's life.
Absolutely.
And I think happiness becomes easier when you stop pretending around people.
Very true.
Pretending is exhausting.
Here's a natural phrase. I can finally be myself around them.
That sentence feels warm immediately.
Because authenticity creates emotional safety.
You know what's strange?
What?
As a teenager, I thought happiness meant excitement all the time.
And now?
Honestly, consistency.
Explain that.
Peaceful routines, good people, stable emotions, quiet mornings.
That's emotional evolution.
Emotional evolution. Wow.
Priorities change with experience.
Definitely.
Many adults eventually realize a calm life is a luxury.
Especially in today's world.
Constant stress makes peace feel precious.
You know what phrase I hear more and more lately?
Which one?
I'm protecting my peace.
Extremely common now.
And honestly, I understand it completely.
Because many people spent years sacrificing their mental health trying to please everyone.
That's painfully true.
But emotional maturity often means learning boundaries.
Boundaries are hard though, very hard. Especially if you're used to saying yes to everyone.
Native speakers often say, I'm learning to say no without feeling guilty.
That sounds incredibly real.
Because many adults struggle with exactly that.
I think viewers are probably connecting emotionally with this episode because these are real human experiences.
Exactly. Real English becomes powerful when it reflects real life.
You know what conversation changed me personally?
What happened?
A friend once told me, you don't always have to earn rest.
Wow.
And honestly, that sentence stayed with me for years.
Because many people connect their worth to productivity.
Exactly.
Modern culture constantly tells people, do more, work harder, keep grinding.
And eventually, people become emotionally exhausted.
Which is why so many adults secretly dream about simple, peaceful lives now.
Honestly, yes.
Here's another emotionally powerful phrase. I just want to feel at peace.
That sentence becomes deeper the older you get.
Very true.
You know what I admire about emotionally healthy people?
What?
They don't seem obsessed with impressing others.
That's because secure people often seek connection instead of validation.
Wow, that's deep.
Insecure people ask, how do I look?
And secure people ask, how do I feel?
Exactly.
That changes everything.
It really does.
Guys, pause for a second and think about this. What genuinely brings you peace lately?
Not what looks impressive,
Not what social media celebrates.
but what actually makes your heart feel lighter.
That's such an important difference.
Because many people spend years chasing lives they don't even truly want.
Wow.
Here's another thing emotionally intelligent speakers do well.
What's that?
They describe emotions honestly, without exaggerating everything.
Ah, yes.
Instead of saying, my life is ruined, They might say, "I've been struggling a little lately."
That sounds calmer and more mature.
Emotional regulation often appears in language patterns.
Wait, that's fascinating.
Calm people usually speak in calmer ways.
Which probably affects conversations too.
Definitely. Calm communication creates emotional safety.
I think people underestimate how attractive emotional calmness is,
Very true.
especially in stressful times.
Here's a natural phrase. I like people who feel easy to be around.
That sentence instantly makes sense emotionally.
Because emotionally safe people lower stress levels naturally.
You know what happiness means to me more than anything now?
What?
Feeling emotionally calm when I wake up?
That's a very mature definition of happiness.
Younger me would never understand that.
Most younger people chase intensity.
And older people chase peace.
Exactly.
Honestly, I think this episode is making people reflect on their lives deeply.
I hope so.
Because learning English through emotional reflection feels so much more meaningful.
That's the goal.
And you know what's beautiful?
What?
Even simple English can become powerful when it comes from genuine emotion.
Absolutely.
You don't need complicated vocabulary to move people.
You just need honesty.
Wow.
And in the final part, we're going to bring everything together.
Already?
Yes, we'll recap the biggest lessons, reflect on what happiness truly means, and leave viewers with something they'll hopefully carry long after this episode ends.
Okay, I'm ready for that.
And trust me, the final message might stay with you longer than you expect. You know, Emma, after everything we talked about today, I think happiness is much simpler than most people imagine.
Simpler, but also harder to notice.
Exactly.
Because people are always looking for huge moments.
While life quietly happens in small ones.
Wow, that sentence really summarizes this whole episode.
Think about it. Most of our lives are ordinary days.
Not dramatic movie scenes.
Exactly. So if we only allow ourselves to feel happy during big achievements, we miss most of life.
That's honestly such an important realization.
Happiness often hides inside routine. Morning sunlight, familiar voices, shared meals, quiet evenings, small laughs.
And the strange thing is, those are usually the moments people miss the most later.
Very true.
You know what lesson stayed with me most from today?
What?
That emotional English matters more than perfect English.
Absolutely.
Because real conversations are about connection, not performance.
Exactly.
People rarely remember your grammar mistakes, but they remember how you made them feel.
Beautifully said.
Honestly, I think many viewers needed this reminder today.
I think so too.
Especially people who are too hard on themselves while learning English.
Language learning becomes much easier when you stop trying to sound perfect and start trying to sound honest.
That sentence alone probably helps so many people relax.
I hope so.
You know what I realized during this conversation?
What?
Happiness feels different at different stages of life.
Definitely.
When we're younger, we chase excitement.
Adventure, attention, achievement.
But over time,
We begin chasing peace.
peaceful mornings, safe people, quiet confidence, rest.
Exactly.
And honestly, I think there's something beautiful about that change.
There is. It means people slowly begin understanding themselves more deeply.
You know what phrase feels powerful to me now?
Which one?
I'm learning to appreciate the little things.
That phrase contains so much wisdom.
Because the little things are actually most of life.
Exactly.
Guys, if you remember one lesson from today, let it be this. You do not need a perfect life to experience real happiness.
Beautiful message.
Thanks.
Sometimes happiness is simply feeling understood, having someone check on you, laughing unexpectedly, getting enough rest, or sitting quietly with people you love.
Honestly, that sounds more meaningful than luxury.
Because emotional peace is priceless.
You know something else I learned today? What? The best English conversations happen when people stop hiding who they are.
Absolutely.
The moment you talk about real memories, real emotions, and real experiences,
Your English becomes alive.
that's such a powerful idea.
And viewers listening right now should remember this. Your story matters. Your feelings matter. Your voice matters.
Even if your English isn't perfect yet.
Especially then.
Because courage matters more than perfection.
Exactly.
Honestly, this episode felt more like life advice than an English lesson sometimes.
Real language and real life are connected.
I think that's why Talk Easy Daily feels different.
Because we want English to feel human, not robotic.
And honestly, I think people can feel that.
I hope so.
Before we end, can I ask you one final question?
Of course.
What does happiness mean to you now?
Honestly, happiness means feeling emotionally calm while still feeling connected to life.
Wow.
It means having meaningful conversations, having people I care about nearby, being able to slow down enough to appreciate ordinary moments.
That's beautiful.
And you?
I think happiness means not needing to pretend anymore.
That's powerful.
Feeling comfortable being yourself, feeling safe,
feeling peaceful inside your own life. I think many viewers deeply understand that feeling. Probably. And maybe that's the biggest lesson from today, which is happiness is rarely something far away. Wow. Often it's already around you, hidden inside moments you almost ignored. That honestly gave me chills a little, because deep down, most people already know it's true. Guys, before this episode ends, we want you to do something simple. Tonight, take one quiet moment and ask yourself, what actually made me smile today? Not what impressed people, not what looked successful online, just one real moment. Maybe someone texted you. Maybe you finally rested. Maybe you laughed harder than expected.
Those moments matter more than you think.
And if this conversation helped you reflect on your life or practice emotional English naturally, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Talk Easy Daily.
And share this episode with someone who might need a little peace today.
Also, we'd genuinely love to hear from you in the comments. What does happiness mean to you right now?
Your answer might help someone else feel less alone.
And honestly, that's a beautiful thing.
Thanks for spending this time with us today.
Take care of yourself. Slow down when you need to. Appreciate the little things.
And keep speaking English with confidence.
One real conversation at a time.
We'll see you in the next episode of Talk Easy Daily.
Bye, everyone.